Ready for podcast 3, Dan?
Yes.
The third and final installment of Jason. Are you going to cry at this? Because I can't do this podcast recording knowing you're going to cry, okay? I know you get very emotional at the end of
I just don't want him to die, is all, do you know what I mean? So
this is the end of the podcast.
I'm getting emotional, let's just go for it.
Welcome to Miffs!
You can do it, Jason! You can do it! Get the police! Get the police!
Welcome to Miffs. I'm Matt Hoss. And I'm Dan Rhodes. Whether you know about Theseus or you're revising your syllabus, if you want tales with a bit of jest, or you just want to hear about incest. What? What? It's really interesting. Welcome to Miffs. Welcome to Miffs.
Sorry. Fuck.
Welcome to Miffs, everyone.
I'm feeling better now, man. I had to take myself outside the room and just...
What the podcast listeners won't know, that was actually... It was 3 hours of crying. We had to take a long break. It gets really emotional very, very fast. Well, welcome to the show, episode 28, Dan.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, that's nearly 2 to 30.
What do you mean nearly 2 to 30? Because it is 2 to 30. I hate when you do that so much. It really... I love you, but man, it balls my piss. Anyway. How's your week been, Dan?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
And, you? Are you okay today? You're on like...
No, I'm excited to see what's going to... It's part 3, Matt. We've waited 2 weeks to find out what happened to Jason and the Argonauts.
Oh, it's going to be... Yeah.
We've taken literally years to do this. All we need, just for the love of God, get the police. Please. Yeah, one job.
You're absolutely hysterical today. So we left you in a cliffhanger last time. Ooh. Well, we'll recap more later on. But before we get on with life, what's new with you, Dan? Tell me what's a clicking?
I had my summer conference for my job.
Oh, how was that?
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, you showed me some pictures.
Excel London.
In fact,
got suited and booted, had a cheeky rave, unlimited drinks whole night, as courtesy of Air New Zealand was the major sponsor.
There's still you have to name drop them. How are you with a free bar? Because I know if I had a free bar, I'd get fucking rat ass.
It was alright, but I knew I wasn't doing this today, so couldn't go mental, could I? Thanks, Matt.
Well, actually, I kind of hoped you would be a little bit hungover, because like that wouldn't that be a funny podcast? Just
not really. Not for me, it wouldn't be.
It would be for me. I would have a great time.
Although you would get annoyed by the fact you'd be doing most of the legwork.
But doesn't that happen anyway?
True. Yeah, that's true.
That's like, you get annoyed by breathing, isn't it? That happens anyway. But yeah, Alan, so what was your favourite part about the conference, man?
Yeah, just got to. There was a good band. Had some beatboxers on. They were really good. Had a silent disco.
Whoa!
Love a silent disco.
You know what? People say they love a silent disco, but I really wish there was a literal silent disco where no sound, no one will make any noise, just sit down and dance.
No, it was really good because I don't enjoy clubbing at all. But so it was nice but it's nice to have but I do enjoy drinking and dancing. So it's nice to do it in a setting where everyone is suited and booted, having a great time, rather than having to do it at a dirty, sleazy club. Do you know what I mean?
Where, yes, it's just grim, isn't it?
Plus, it didn't pay anything.
Yes,
which is a bonus.
You got a lot of value for money.
Yeah, crazy value for money.
Oh, and we had a phone call when you were at the conference, because we got to do some production notes. Because I never stop working. Dan likes to have fun with his friends and has an active social life, but not this fella. This guy.
Not Matt
Hoss. Dot the I's and cross the T's of this podcast.
Saying Matt Hoss then reminded me of something funny we never mentioned happened at your child gig. That sounded weird. The gig you did with children, that sounds weird.
Shall we just put a pin in that? Well, I'll just finish off.
Okay, continue.
I had a phone call with one of your colleagues and one of our emailers as well. First time I chatted to Charlotte.
Charlotte, of Oedipus fame.
And I can confirm, she's from Nottingham, and she was actually a bit annoyed that her Nottingham accent wasn't shown in the correct way.
But then she spoke to you, and that's exactly how she
Yeah,
sounded.
that's how she sounded.
That's how she sounded. So I hear it too.
Talking about how much she loves incest all the time.
All the time.
Loves it, you know. Anyway, so
she also, by the way, thinks we speak French because I did that thing to you in French.
Yeah, so what happened?
So as a joke, Charlotte handed me the phone back, and then I was like, "Oh, I'll just do this bit. I'm going to do this bit in French, Matt, so that she doesn't know what we're talking about." Yeah. And I made it seem like I just pretended to speak French, but I made it seem like me and you actually can speak French.
What you said was, "Hello, my name is Bellafon."
I literally just made it up on the spot, but then to her it seemed like me and you were having. She's like, "Oh my god, they're actually speaking French."
I imagine she might have had a couple of drinks because I think she's not just.
I think she'd had. Yeah, a couple. Inverted commas. Underlined.
Winky face.
Yeah. Do you know the bar thing? One of the conferences. There was just a wall, right? Yeah. It was like probably the size of this wall in this kitchen, which means absolutely nothing to people listening.
Ever the artisans of the podcast out you down. Hey, you know this visual thing which you have no determination for? Here's that.
Anyway, about the size of an average wall.
Fuck's sake.
No, it's like a cupboard. Just imagine a cupboard, but the size of a wall.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
you're the worst describer.
It had like little cubby holes in it, and you put your hand basically it was like a glory hole, and you put your hand through the hole, and then someone put like drinks in it, and then you took your hand out and you had like champagne in your hand.
I wouldn't like that because as a vegan I'd be like, I would have to choose. I'm quite like precise with what I choose.
You put your hand through the thing, just wait a little bit, you feel something touch your hand, out it comes with a drink inside. That's quite cool, isn't it?
That is literally like a glory hole though.
It is a glory hole, drinks hole, drinks for glory hole. Glory drinks. Glory drinks. It's hard to do something drink related. Anyway, long story short, I got kicked out.
Dude, that's illegal. Dan, stop groping women through the doors, okay? But it's a drink hole. Anyway,
Dan, what are you putting your penis through? Oh, this is a drinks hole. Oh no.
They're just like hand out Foster's, hand out a champagne, hand out. Wait, that's not a hand. Just jabs it at the end.
I'll just pull this 100 times and see what happens.
And that's why you're never invited back to flights.
No, but isn't that a cool idea? You put your hands through and get given a drink. I like that idea.
Again, I wouldn't. I think it's cool, but I wouldn't like it personally. However, what was the thing about the kids gig you mentioned? Because a couple of weeks ago I did the kids gig we talked about on the podcast.
No, just when you mentioned your name was Matt Hoss, because I forgot it. I just out of nowhere reminded me of that kid that kept calling you Matt Horse. I found it really funny.
My ego.
There's another heckle that I've just thought about. So many heckles that whole day.
Yeah, and
Matt Horse. He was like, "Oh, shut up."
And I have to go off stage and I kind of make this big thing. Like, oh, welcome to the stage, the coolest guy in comedy. And he goes, no, you're not. I was like, screw you, Jason, you little dweeb. And I shouted a lot of children that day, didn't I?
You did.
Although, remember when you ranked my Leeds gig?
I did.
And one of the criticisms you gave is that I said to the audience, I told the audience to fuck off too many times, didn't I?
Yeah, didn't say that to the kids, did you?
Not on stage. But anyway, we're going to crack on with this myth because we have the final instalment of Jason and the Argonauts, and we are looking forward to see what happens. But that's from the cliffhanger. Let's see what happens after this jingle.
If you are having your Weetabix with cold milk, you are, for all intents and purposes, a moron. You're doing it wrong, people.
Fuck it up, Matt!
We're gonna get rid of that. If you eat banana, you got something wrong with you. If you eat a banana and go, ooh, this is a nice tasting, this is nice flavour. I like, tastes good. You're a sociopath.
Jingle over.
That's a sexy jingle.
Whoa. I think I might put in your new one there.
Thank you, Matt. So, part 3.
Should we do a recap of what's just happened? But do it well fast.
Okay, let's do Like boom, boom, but a hot potato.
So like,
Does that have to be in chronological order?
yeah, that's right. Let's do it.
Okay.
But we just do it as fast. Right, so are you doing the word? Is word each or sentence each?
Should we do a word each?
That'd be hard, but yeah, okay. Do
Really
it.
quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. Jason
Went
to
find
the
king
of.
Ilocus.
Correct. Because
He
is
on
the
throne.
but
He
should
isn't
be
on
the
throne.
So Jason
Went
to
gets
the
golden
fleece.
because
The
king
of
Ilocus
told
him
to
because
the Delphic oracle
told
Peleus,
Peleus.
Peleus, the king of. This isn't working, is it?
Let's do a sentence.
I should do a sentence each.
First trying to save time, spent a lot of time. Yeah, so sentence each. But we do like we put there. So basically, he gets prophesied that this guy with one sandal's going to come and kill him. So he sends him away to do this dangerous trial.
Jason has one sandal and he's like, I ain't having any of that.
It's nice he still hasn't got any more sandals. So this guy said, no, I'll just.
So he gets a rap band group of Avengers. You know, the Avengers assembled. All of the great heroes, Theseus, we're talking Hercules, we're talking Atlanta, we're talking all the people.
Yeah, it's a great mix of people, and they go off to find the Golden Fleece.
On the island of Colchis.
Yes, they do a lot of stuff like mate with women, clash with some rocks,
Kill various beasts.
yeah, shoo away harpies, get some prophecies.
They meet a guy on an island.
Doing the blind man.
Fairness, the blind man.
Yeah.
He's quite important because he's gone with them.
Yeah, well, he doesn't actually go with them, by the way. He just stays there, but he has a prophet. But yeah, so in part 2, they went through the clashing rocks and survived that.
Did.
They also
Finally arrived at Colchis.
Finally arrived at Colchis. They chapped their way to success. They talked to King Aeetes. The gods shoot bow and arrow to Medea's heart, and she falls in love with them.
Who is the daughter of King Aeetes? Who's the king of Colchis?
But King Aeetes thinks he's trying to take away the crown. So what he does, he goes, no. He goes, whoa, and Jason goes, whoa, chill out, dude. I just want to get the Golden Fleece. He's like, no. Only way you're getting the Golden Fleece by doing some dangerous trials. And the first trial was to fight.
The first trial was to
Fight
get the oxen.
the 5 breathing oxen. Yeah.
He's not fighting them, is he? He's just got to get them and then use them to plough a field.
Starts to submit to them, right? Then he planted some dragon teeth, and then we left you on a cliffhanger.
Because we don't know what is going to sprout from these dragon teeth. What is it so important about dragon teeth?
We have waited a whole week.
Because there's definitely a trick here.
Yeah, because King Aeetes is pretty treacherous. So welcome to Part San, which is Chinese for 3. Oh, Dan told me that, so it could mean just monkey or something like that. Anyway, do you want me to start?
Yeah, it means blue. Behind Jason, the sea sprouted into an army of skeleton-like earthmen, bristling with armour and double-pointed spears, and intent on destroying anything nearby.
I'd just like to know, before I started that, I said, oh, do you want me to start? And Dan goes, yeah, go on then, and starts reading it himself. But yeah, so the skeletons come out the dragon teeth, which is a bit surprising, but it's quite fearsome. We haven't seen skeletons here.
I'm thinking, like, have you ever seen Spy Kids 3 when he fights the skeleton warriors?
No.
He's now dating Meghan Trainor, isn't he? Spy Kids kid. Interesting.
There was a lot happening there. It's very busy, that sentence. Anyway, what?
Jason, heeding Medea's counsel, hefted a boulder and threw it amidst the skeleton army. The Earthmen, blaming each other for throwing the boulder, began to fight amongst themselves. Meanwhile, Jason, still invulnerable to being pierced by the spears due to Medea's charms, plunged into the fight to slay the last of them, felling them like wheat foals to the farmer's scythe. As the day died with the last of the Earthmen, Jason's contest came to an end.
So
who's been throwing the boulders? I'm confused.
So I think Jason threw the boulders, right?
But then it says the Earthmen blaming each other for throwing the boulder.
No, because what happens? He's like on the mountain. He threw he threw it, lands in the middle. The skeletons kind of point to each other, and go, "Hey, you threw that! No, you threw that!" And they start fighting each other.
Oh, I see.
It's like a distraction thing. Whilst he's distracted, Jason comes and slices them. Admittedly, it's very impressive that Jason does actually go and kill them. However, it's because of Medea he actually has the confidence because he's invulnerable, and that's not really heroic if you know you're going to win. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. I agree.
And also, we left you in the cliffhanger, but wasn't that intense, was it?
Wasn't it? Well, he's quite cool. The skeleton warriors crawling out. He's just ploughing a field.
Yeah.
He's got enough on his plane trying to plough a field with fire-breathing oxen. The last thing he needs to do is turn around and see a field full of skeleton warriors.
Yeah. It's a busy day for him, isn't it? Anyway, I believe there's the final challenge awaits him. Even though Jason has proven himself worthy, King Aeetes had no intention of giving him the Golden Fleece. Quite the opposite! Aeetes lay awake, plotting to burn Argo and destroy the Argonauts. Medea, his daughter, fearful that her father would discover her betrayal, once again struck a bargain with the crew of the Argo that in return for her safety, she would deliver the
Golden Fleece!
I forgot you were doing that. Honestly, man. I thought you'd forgot it last week, but no, you still do. And I've got the source material right in front of me. In the next paragraph, he said it at least 3 more times. Oh god, here we go. That she would deliver the Golden Fleece. Jason himself swore an oath to Zeus that he would make Medea his wife in the halls of his own kingdom. Which is slightly problematic, because remember he went to Lemnos and he made the queen, I can't remember her name, but the queen...
Queen Hypothesis.
Yeah,
Hypothesis.
She was like, oh, you can always come back any time, you can be my wife. And he was like, yeah, go on then. But
got distracted,
he's been promised to 2 women here.
Yeah, it's a bit naughty.
So their bargain renewed. Medea urged them to depart before the king mounted his chariot in deadly pursuit. While it was still night, the crew of the Argo rode towards their goal, which hung on an oak in the sacred grove of Ares, the god of war, guarded by a dragon that never sleeps. It's like, imagine like oh, we can take on the dragon, but it's a dragon that never sleeps. Oh, fuck me, oh no! She was cranky. The dragon with sleepless eyes saw them coming.
That means open.
The dragon, with open eyes, saw them coming and hissed an awful sound that echoed throughout the kingdom, waking children with affright. So he's quite loud, this dragon, as well. The serpent's body coiled around the trees of the garden where the
Golden Fleece!
Actually, this time it says the flicks of gold hung, so fuck you, Dan.
I just put where the Golden Fleece hung. Boom. Smashing it.
Jason, eager for his prize, sprang forward to battle, but his charms had faded away, and this allowed him to be swallowed whole by the dragon. Medea once again came to his aid, and with prayers, potions and song, she lulled the guardian dragon to sleep. You know, in the first episode we mocked Orpheus for being a poet, but actually being a poet actually helps in this case, actually. Yeah. You know, he hasn't done anything so far, has he?
No.
Neither is Theseus either. The dragon's many coils relaxed like the sea after a storm, and Jason emerged from its belly like a heifer giving birth to her calf.
Oh, nice imagery there. A dirty, disgusting calf coming out of a cow's vagina, all gloopy and warm.
Viscous. So he kind of slices the dragon's belly open. And that's a bit sad, because
dragons are nothing to him, isn't it?
Also, that Jason, again, it comes from this, as he's so pathetic. He requires Medea to fight his battles for him. He's really terrible at battle. He's not a good leader. He hasn't really done much. You know what I mean? He's only killed a couple of skeletons, even though he was invincible. And because he lost his invincibility, he got eaten. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, what happened next, man?
Victorious at last, though not of his own merit, Jason claimed the Golden Fleece from the branches of the oak tree. The flying ram with the Golden Fleece was the saviour of Pherecydes, and a sacrifice to Zeus himself. Its fleece was coveted treasure that symbolised kingship and authority. It was like a magical book of alchemy and many more things. But to Jason, it symbolised the fulfilment of his quest and all of his dreams. Dawn was spreading her light over the earth when Jason returned to the band of heroes. The crew marvelled at Jason, adorned with the mighty
Golden Fleece.
Had cast a glowy sheen about him like the rising sun bursting through the clouds.
So he finally has the Golden Fleece. But again, he feels a little... Well done,
Jason. Well done, Jason. Well in, son. Well in. Well played. Took you about 5 fucking years. Hercules done all 12... He's done 15 labours by now. He's probably doing extra.
Yeah, he's done 12 more. So yeah, he's finally got it, and he's really happy about this. But yeah, I don't know, it seems a little bit conceited, if you know what I mean.
He's going to return home to find the other guys died of old age, and he didn't even need to do this.
That's his quest over long, actually. So, after the Golden Fleece, it's time to head home. With hurried preparations, the Argonauts headed home. Jason's quest for the Golden Fleece thus far was a success, though their adventures were far from over.
They're going to do it all again, you're going to go back again, haven't they?
You're only halfway through, my friends. Yeah. Sailing past the rocks, washed by the sea, the Argo was chased by King Aeetes, and storms sent by Zeus as punishment for the crimes Medea and Jason had committed. So it was quite sacrilege to take the Golden Fleece then. But it's kind of weird that...
Well, it seems so, yeah.
I do wonder... that it's weird they get mixed messages from the gods, because Zeus was punishing them even though they've been helped consistently by Hera and Athena, if you know what I mean. So it's like, well, what's it, again? There's no piety here, because regardless, you're gonna piss off one god, if you know what I mean. So there's no kind of middle ground, if you know what I mean. Like, you can't ever be a truly pious person because it's impossible, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Thus, the Argo was driven off course, and the crew would have even more adventures that they were already so numerous. The minstrels could not record all the histories and the heroes in song. That was an awful sentence, but basically it says they had so many. They already had a lot of adventures that they couldn't even talk and sing that much about it. That they had some more. So, who do they see next?
One day on the return, Argo itself spoke and bade the Argonauts to seek purification for their crimes by the witch circle, including Medea's horrendous crime of murdering her brother, whom led the army to recapture her in the Golden Fleece.
Okay, one sec.
When did we get that information?
Yeah, I didn't. When did she murder her brother?
No idea. Also, I realised I said witch circle, but it's actually not. It's witch circle.
Circe.
It's just the circle that now.
Yeah, So she apparently murdered her brother. Is this the case like in Bellerophon, where he accidentally kills the princess's brother, but they don't know it could be her brother? Maybe it's her brother?
It's annoying we never got that information. She had chopped her brother into pieces and threw him overboard so that their father, King Aeetes, would have to slow his pursuit to pick up the pieces.
That's so sick.
Oh, that's fucked.
Oh my... So she chopped her brother up and... That is a sick...
Yeah, sorry, Simon.
Honestly, that is messed up right there. You know, chopping. She has to lack morale. She loves Jason so much that she's willing to kill her brother and use it in the most disgusting way to stop her father at any means possible. I think Jason's a protagonist here, but that's not what heroes do. You know what I mean? This isn't a heroic move, is it?
Fortunately, Circe favoured the crew of the Argo, unlike Odysseus, another great hero that would follow in Jason's footsteps many years later. Story to come. We'll do Odysseus at some point, so hold your horses. But Circe pardoned Jason and his crew, so I assume Odysseus wasn't so lucky, but...
Well, we'll find out. So, just one thing we kind of just gently skipped over in that last paragraph. One day, the Argo itself spoke. What the fuck?
Hi guys, so I've been here a long time now, and I just wanted to say, you guys are all terrible.
Can you go and say Cersei?
You guys need purification for your sins, because oh my days, some of the stuff you guys been doing drive me canny.
Imagine the kind of shit that Boaz, he's been through, that Argo's been through a lot, and he's like, no, now I'm going to pipe up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's that piece of timber's finally doing its job.
It's kind of weird that, imagine all the kind of creepy stuff. Imagine Theseus on board. He's been up to some weird shit, and It's like, Theseus, I did see what you did in that cabin room, and I don't approve, you know? Like, do you reckon, like, what if you've been watched by a ship at all times, you know?
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
As a gene boat specialist, I approve.
Yeah.
So, he's going back this way. What seems to be happening is that he goes a similar route to Odysseus on his way home. So, Chiron had forewarned Jason that without the aid of Orpheus, the greatest musician of the ancient world, the Argonauts would not be able to pass the Isle of Sirens.
That's why Orpheus is on the ship.
Yeah.
It's time to shine, Orpheus.
Yeah, even though Medea's there, she can play a song,
Yeah.
right? He didn't help at any other point, you know. During the Five Raving Cows, he was having some, like, salami or something like that. Also, just to FYI, just to recap, Chiron is the person that helped Jason grow up as he was a centaur and helped him on his way. The sirens had voices like gilded lilies, which they used to beguile men to their deaths. So they would, when ships passed, they would go like, you don't impress me much.
Shania Twain was a siren.
And they go, oh my god, that's Shania Twain! And crash into the rocks, and then they eat their flesh.
And we actually know how the sirens became sirens.
Yes, what happened?
2 years ago. What's her face? Persephone?
Yes,
Demeter is so angry that water nymphs weren't guarding her daughter Persephone when she was taken by Hades to the underworld, that she banished them all to be sirens, basically.
Yeah, and that's, again, I like how our myths coincide with each other, and this is a nice bit of creativity. Jason had a plan to get past the sirens, because they were deadly foe and very hard to get past. When Argo approached the sirens, Orpheus strummed his lyre, playing a melody even more beautiful than the sirens' lustful songs, where he played Stairway to Heaven, didn't they? Actually, no, do you know what he played? The Miffs theme song.
Yeah, probably.
He was like, welcome to Miffs. He's like, what is this beautiful song?
Yeah. I reckon he played Enya.
Sail away, very literal. Yeah. So, Orpheus is rocking out. So, only one of the poor Argonauts succumbed to the siren songs and leapt overboard, swimming desperately towards the bewitching maidens, whom waited to snatch him. So they swooped down and picked him up. Had some Argonauts for dinner.
Nice.
Didn't everyone know what the plan was, though? How you just have a little bit of self-restraint to be like, nah, I'm going to jump overboard.
Yeah. Everyone on that crew knows what's happening, and he's the one person that's like, nah, sod it.
Also, I'm not going to tread on Odysseus' story, because the sirens do go up in Odysseus. It's quite a famous story. In this, like, no one had ever got past the sirens before Odysseus. And they were a really hard thing to get past. But this is a very easy solution, because what they had to do in Odysseus was really intense. However, in this one, just Orpheus played a song. That is it. It's very easy, you know what I mean?
Also, I like how they said he just had to play a song greater than Sirens. What happens if you get there and it's way worse? You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, he just plays.
He's gonna have a lot of confidence that his song's the best.
It's like, what's the worst song you could have played?
A Justin Bieber song.
It's just like, baby, 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 ooh. Oh god, no! Oh, my flesh!
They're playing like Bohemian Rhapsody, and he's like,
it's just so real.
Yeah, he's like, I can't contend with that. Sorry guys, I didn't know it'd be that good. Yeah. I didn't know it'd be this layered.
Is that Freddie Mercury? It's a siren.
Continuing their voyage, the Argonauts sailed towards perils worse than the beautiful sirens. Ahead lay the passage of Scylla
and Charybdis.
Thank you. A rocky shoal on one side, the great whirlpool on the other. Oh, like a whirlpool.
So there's a twin rock, so you can either go down with Charybdis, which is a whirlpool, which is pretty hard to get past, because it's basically, it burps once a day, and it kind of like shoots up emissions, and that's the only time you can get past it. Scylla is a six-headed monster that can like kill you.
Scylla is what Hercules had to face. Was it not? Oh, was it Scylla? That was the Hydra. That was the Hydra. Yeah. I swear we've come across the Scylla before.
We have, but Scylla is a person a monster that pops up through mythology as well. But
like twin monsters, one spewing flame and the other water, it was an inescapable danger to any ship, forcing one to choose between being dashed upon the rocks or being swallowed into the deep. Where is it? Oh, fucking hell.
this is literally the thing is with this. It follows a lot of Odysseus' path on the way back.
Yeah.
Just say the Argo is once again saved by Hera.
Yeah. The Argo was once again favoured by Hera, queen of the gods, and was escorted through the danger by a fresh breeze, a pod of dolphins, and the Nereids, nymphs and goddesses of the sea, whom were the patrons of sailor and fishermen. Well, that seems easy.
Yeah,
just a pod of dolphins.
And again, what's happening here? They are totally ripping off Odysseus' story. We haven't got into that yet, but what is happening is that he's taking these big things and just claiming he's done it. Yeah, I just got past him easily. He's like, you didn't come this way. Why have you come back this way? You know, it seems a little bit far-fetched.
Yeah, why don't you go back the way you came? Yeah,
well, he was driven off course and all that.
That's true.
But surely, you know, it doesn't like. I don't know why I've gone this way. Surely, and yeah, I think it seems like Jason's just trying to take more credit for something he hasn't done. If you know what I mean. So the Argo survives again. Thanks, guys. Thanks for not killing me. But the Argo would not so easily escape the shoals of Syrtes, where it became stranded after a baleful wind blew him off course. So what it means by baleful wind is that Christian Bale is at the wind. It's just like
throwing hay bales at them.
Yeah. I guess it would be a dark night. Do you think I'm funny, Dan?
Really, that was really good. So witty.
Crew nearly died of thirst and despair, and their names and titles as heroes were almost lost to history because their quest to bring the Golden Fleece home remained unfinished. This is a part of the heroic code called Kleos. If you die in battle, you have honour and stuff like that, and you'll probably be remembered in minstrels and songs. However, if you die like just by being stranded or whatever, that's not a good way to die. You know, it's not a honourable way.
It's not noble, is it?
You want people to sing about you after you're dead.
Yeah.
Rather than the Argo bearing the burden of transporting the crew, like a mother with children in her womb, now it was the Argonauts who carried the great ship upon their shoulders for 12 days and 12 nights, during which the crew passed the twitching tail of the Hydra that their former crewmate Hercules had slain with arrows. So they're really having a crash course in mythology here, aren't they?
They are.
Although they're getting an easy path through it as well. Everything's just like, nah, it's alright.
Yeah.
So they're carrying this massive ship on their backs. During the trek, several Argonauts perished, including Mopsus, the seer. He died from a serpent's bite. This happened because Perseus flew on Pegasus high above, and he had the severed head of the Gorgon Medusa. And every drop that dripped from Medusa's head and fell on the land below, it transformed into a brood of venomous serpents, and they attacked Mopsus. But this is an interesting thing because
there's a lot happening all at once.
Yeah, so basically, Jason is like the clip show of Greek mythology.
Yeah, so he's passed through the dead Hydra that Hercules has slain.
Yeah,
all the whole time since they abandoned him.
Yeah.
And now, meanwhile, Perseus is flying ahead. That explains why he couldn't be part of their group because he was too busy doing his own thing to get Medusa.
Yeah, he's doing his own project. So after nearly a fortnight, the crew was able to set up the ship down in the shoal in the ocean once again. Soft as water may be, the Argonauts marvelled at its strength to effortlessly carry both the boat and the crew. So they were able to, through adversity, carry the Argo through. Yeah. They protected its ship.
The Argo ventured upon to the island of Crete, guarded by the bronze giant man, Talos.
Are we going back to Crete?
We are, last of his kind.
Sorry, man.
As the Argo tried to set her horses, Talos hurled boulders at the ship, keeping her at bay. Talos had one blood vessel from neck to ankle, bound shut by only one bronze nail. Medea cast a spell to bewitch Talos. Then she removed the bronze nail, and the life-giving ichor, divine blood like molten lead, ran from Talos' ankle, and he stood transfixed with no more life than the sculpture in the city plaza. After a brief respite for the crew, the Argo was once again able to set sail. Finally, their toils and troubles ended. No more adventures befell the Argo. She's quite handy, Medea.
Medea is actually more the protagonist than Jason is, if you know what I mean. He's done very little, and Medea's helped. Without Medea, he would be absolutely screwed, if you know what I mean. Even though she is pretty messed up, if you know what I mean. However, do you reckon who helped set up Talos? You know, because do you reckon King Minos might have helped set him up?
Are you leading on to something here?
I might be.
That was Crete, wasn't it? King
Yeah,
Minos?
yeah. King Minos, you know.
I really want a giant bronze man to stop anyone in his path. I wanted to have just one singular blood vessel running from neck to head. How will I bind such a blood vessel? I don't want the life-giving ichor and divine blood to pour out. I think I will use a bronze nail. I will name him Talos, after my after my ex-lover, who's a girl. Definitely a girl. Where's my daughter gone? I haven't seen her for ages. Hey, is that Theseus?
Fuck you, Dad.
Do you reckon Theseus is coming back to Crete like, been here before?
Hey guys, do you think it's what happened? Kill the Minotaur here.
Hey guys, you see that cliff? That's where I killed the Minotaur. Oh, did you see that mountain? Where I went on the victory run after I killed the Minotaur. Oh, guys, did I ever tell you that crazy... Don't ever go that crazy time that I made...
the Minotaur. Also...
my ex-girlfriend was from Crete. What happened, Theseus? Left her...
About to drive past it. If you pick her up, that'd be great.
Yeah, why did you pick her up on the way back?
Whereabouts is she? People Services, head that way. Theseus, why are you speaking like that? Didn't you have a Birmingham accent in episode 1? Oh, what are you talking about? Sorry. That was a lot of callbacks right there.
A lot of callbacks right there.
So no more adventures befell the Argo. And I believe the ending might be tragic. Years after their adventures began, Jason and the Argonauts returned home to Iolcus. Though Jason triumphantly held the Golden Fleece in his hand, he dedicated the Argo to Poseidon. However, his uncle, King Peleus, did not accept the gifts, nor did he relinquish his rule to the rightful heir, who was Jason, because there are some things no man treasures more than he does of power. Medea and Jason contrived to murder the usurper kingdom. Medea tricked the daughters of Peleus into trying to rejuvenate their father by cutting him up and boiling him into a cauldron. However, Medea withheld the magical herbs, and the daughters only succeeded to kill their father. For this murder, Medea and Jason were both exiled from Iolcus.
I'm confused. She's made his daughters kill him.
So, here's what happened. Peleus, his daughters... Medea went to the daughters of Peleus, like, hey, you're a lovely spa treatment for your dad. Cut them up, but we'll rejuvenate him. And like, yeah, that sounds fun. Firstly, I'm not sure how you would sell that. But
No, I don't know how you'd tell that, but we know Jason's quite good with his words.
Well, it's actually Medea who did it. Again, Jason does fuck all. But what she does, when they cut them up, she doesn't, when they're stewing them back together in the cauldron, she doesn't put in the herbs that actually bring them back to life.
So he's just dead.
Yeah, just dead, and they make him boil their own dad. Although it's quite gross that, like, yeah, we're okay with cutting them up and boiling them, but what? You didn't give them magical herbs? That's gross. Oh no. What do you think was going to happen? However, for this, Medea and Jason were exiled from Iolcus, so they didn't even get what they wanted anyway. As time passed, trying to make a new life as mere citizens of the city of Corinth, Jason betrayed his wife, saying that it was not she who deserved thanks, but Aphrodite, whom caused Medea to fall in love with him. Which is a bit of a dick move. It's like, imagine if in like a real relationship and there's no gods. Like, it's actually the god's fault. Like, you fell in love with me. It's not like
I don't love you. Yeah.
Jason then chose a new wife, a young princess, rather than the old witch. Full of rage and with no husband at home, Medea took vengeance by murdering Jason's family, including her own children. Jason was left to mourn his losses underneath the aging Argo and was struck dead by a piece of rotting timber. The end.
Well, that's annoying.
What? Annoying?
Yeah, what tragic, what boring end.
Well, he gets it.
Well, it's not. I don't know. I wanted him to live somewhere. It's tragic, isn't it, that he would have done all of that. No one really thanks him for the Golden Fleece. Everyone on the Argo parts their ways. Him and Medea fall out. She murders everyone, and he's left. And he's ultimately killed by the thing he cherished the most, the Argo.
Yeah. Wow, that's really depressing, isn't it? I thought it'd be a happier ending, to be honest.
I did also.
But what happens here, this is actually pretty much the story of Medea, but we kind of did it quite fast. So, yeah. So essentially Medea cuts up her children, kills all her children, and tries to kill Jason as well. Because in all fairness, it's a bit of a dick move. He does try and bang a new young princess as well. So, that's the end of this myth, and we're going to go into a ranking stage right now. So, shall we take it away, Dan?
Now, jingle. Whoop whoop.
Hey there, my name's Matt Huss, and in this link I have an American accent, and I advocate the safe use of Miffs podcasts in small doses.
So, we rank each myth by 4 categories: life skills, morals, creativity, and WTF. You should already know this, because again, if you imagine starting this part 3.
Imagine being like, you know what, I'm going to be bold. I'm going to listen to the third instalment to this. That'd be great.
So yeah, obviously we've ranked each part individually. Part 1 still seems to be the best, but I think this will come in close. Life skills, Matt, what have we learned out of 10?
Should we, what's the marks for the previous 2? Should we just...
Marks were 28 for part 1, 22 for part 2.
Yes, so life skills. What are the practical things we learn? Learn how to delay our father by cutting up your brother.
Yeah, cut up your brother.
Learn how to get vengeance on your ex-husband by cutting up your sons.
Learn how to get past the sirens.
We learn how to cut up your treacherous uncle.
Yeah.
We learn how to make a stew of dead dad.
Yeah, we learn how to kill the skeleton warriors.
Yes, we learn how to defeat a bronze giant by pulling out the nail.
Yeah.
We learned about a lot of monsters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We learned how to defeat a lot of monsters. We learned that...
We learned how to kill serpents from the severed head of Medusa.
Yes, we also learned how to get... Essentially, how to get past any danger is have the gods help you all the time.
How to use a pod of dolphins to get you out of trouble.
We learned that the best way to kind of get through a lot of Discord is to copy Odysseus' journey.
Yep.
And we learned that... I learned that sometimes a golden fleece isn't necessarily worth it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I learned how to cut a dragon's belly.
Yep, learn how to kill a dragon, that's true.
Or bellies.
Or belies.
It's not... I think it's okay.
I think it's pretty high.
What do you reckon?
I think it's a 7.
I was 6 or 7, I was thinking. Should we go with 7?
Yes.
Morals. Don't cut up your kids. Don't cut up your brother. Don't cut up your uncle.
Yeah, don't cut up your wrong.
Don't cut up your sons.
I suppose it actually is quite good in the sense it has one quite large overriding moral, which is that he spent years and years doing this. People perished. Some of his friends died. All of his friends helped out. It was a hell of an adventure, and he's got back home, and it's all kind of for nothing.
Yes.
And he's thrown it all away because then he's got greedy and he's murdered him.
Yes, yeah, and it seems that after all, Jason's actually quite a bitter person.
Very bitter, yeah.
And he actually is... There's no heroic trait to him whatsoever, really. We learned he's killed a lot of these people. He's done a lot of these jobs. He's taken a really long time for no real discernible reason. He isn't a victor at the end of the day. He's like a mercenary, and he ends up dying by his ship, which kills him, if you know what I mean.
Yes, yeah.
Which is quite the powerful metaphor as well.
And also, it's quite amazing. I suppose he does eventually kill Peleus, though, so the story, the prophecy did come true.
But here's the thing, though, right? Because I guess one of the morals is that Medea is the only reason he survived all that, and then he dicks on Medea straight away.
He dumps her for him.
So, he's very ungrateful and very, I don't know, he's just so, he kind of, don't be a dick to someone like that romantically, I guess. I don't know. We learned how to avoid taxes for 13 years, apparently, because Jason is away from home a long time. Yeah. I don't know. I think there's some hard-hitting morals in this, and where there was lacking morals beforehand, I think that this is recompensated. So I think there's a decent amount. And don't spend your whole life chasing a golden fleece. Where just be happy where you are. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree. But I like this. At least has one overarching moral.
Yes. What do you think?
7.
I think 7's good. Next up is creativity.
This one's very creative, I think.
Take us away, Dan.
Chopping up all the people.
Several times.
Getting through the sirens. Getting through the 2 monsters.
The fact that essentially with Jason, you met all the different heroes and all the different monsters from the heroes as well.
Yes.
Bear in the first one, we didn't really get that many monsters. We've got loads of monsters here. We've got loads of people from
how it was all tied up. How
Yeah.
Hercules, how they passed the Hydra. You had Perseus flying above.
and also the creativity stuff like pulling the. We also learned how to pull the ship as well, so stuff like that. That's really there's more than just fighting here. There's like the different kind of trials here. You know what I mean? And I think it's quite decent here. And also the Argo speaks as well. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true.
I'm thinking something like an 8. You say you want to go 9?
I'm just thinking.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, maybe.
no. Why
is-
wouldn't it be a 9?
Why wouldn't it be a 9? Yeah, that's what I mean. It's pretty creative. There's lots. There's monsters. There's love. There's hate.
Narrative. There's
narrative. How he gets killed. The
I
fact
guess
that he
it's
gives up
I
Medea.
guess it's not a 10 because it's quite a not an anticlimactic end, but it's kind of like it's not. He's not a king. It doesn't win. at the
No,
end.
yeah.
That's not necessarily a good. Well, maybe it is more creative because he doesn't end up winning.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's different from all the other myths. So
Yeah.
maybe that does work in its
I mean, the
favour.
pot of dolphins leering them out.
Yeah.
You had the blood of the Gorgon Medusa coming out and creating serpents. You had the Argo talking. You had all the different things
Yeah.
tied up.
You know what?
10?
10. You reckon 10?
Well, now you've put me into a 10.
Oh, is it perfect though?
No, that's true. No.
But then again, we've given 10 before to stuff like. I think you know what? 10. I'm going to say 10. Whoa. Have we had a 10 for creativity before?
No, we have had 10s before, though, haven't we?
For stuff like WTF,
Yeah.
yeah. And WTF, and I think this might be quite a high one as well.
Yeah.
This actually might win. No, it won't. No, it won't. Maybe. Depends what we'll give it. I'm so tired. So, WTF, Skeleton Warriors. Don't laugh at me, Dan.
Okay. JTF.
Skeleton Warriors. We have dragons. Cutting dragon bellies open. Medea helping him all the way through.
Helping him all the way through. That's pretty WTF.
The fact he's not really a leader. The fact that not really that many people help. The fact that he dicks on Medea at the end. And the fact that Medea kills people several times. And Jason's not really put off by this fact.
That's true.
There's some big ones in here.
Chopping up the pieces to throw back to your dad to pick up. That's pretty.
Yeah,
good
like the
stuff.
actual delaying tactic.
The two stupid idiots who are like, we'll agree to murdering our dad, but you promised to rejuvenate him, right?
Yeah. I just get this magical herb. But also stuff like Medusa's head dropping blood, cutting the belly open, meeting all the different heroes as well. It's kind of weird, you know what I mean? Yeah, the fact that they have the Argo taunt as well, defeating a bronze giant, and I think the ending's pretty WTF as well, and the fact that they killed Peleus in such a way. But not crazy, but ish.
Yeah, I agree.
I reckon a 6 or a 7. Because it's not as crazy as other ones.
No, I think a 7 or an 8. I mean, it's pretty messed up some of the stuff that's going on here.
Cut in pieces. That's
Cut in pieces, that's
headline.
a big- that's-
that is messed up.
That's pretty messed up.
7 or 8, isn't it?
Should we go 7?
I think 7 is fair. Because what else happens? Because the thing is, I think the reason it's not more messed up is because he gets an easy pass through all these people, like Circe, Scylla and Charybdis.
Yeah, you're right.
It's easy for him, if you know what I mean.
That's true.
It's not, and the sirens as well. It's just
It's not a
simple.
struggle like it would be for someone
Oh, it's not. There's no weird consequences for it. If you know what I
Yes,
mean.
yeah.
So I think probably, I think a 7. You reckon?
Yeah, I agree.
But it's like if we compare it to everyone's in the past, stuff has been way weirder. So in total, that is
31.
the highest of the 3,
Highest of the 3.
and that's in probably the top 10, isn't it?
It is. Anything above the 30 is solid.
And we're in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be putting the whole of the score sheet on our Twitter page. So do check that out as well. So so do check that out, and you'll be able to see who's in the lead and who's at the bottom. Are you a top or a bottom, Dan?
More of a top.
Anyway,
We're talking bunk beds.
yes.
Yeah, always go top bunk, always. You go top bunk or bottom bunk?
Oh, I'm definitely bottom bunk because
So many people are always like bottom bunk, always a top bunk. I had a top bunk. I had a top bunk bed pretty much my whole childhood, so I feel very nostalgically comfortable on a top
Now
of a bunk
I'm
bed.
as close to the centre of the floor.
Yeah, I
if you know
don't
what I mean?
like it. Yeah, it's a good myth.
Yeah, I had a really good time. I hope you enjoyed the 3-parter Jason and the Argonauts. Next week, I think we're going to be trying something big as well, I believe. But we'll let you know next week. But thank you for listening. Do share this to all your friends on social media. Don't stop tweeting about it. And please tag us at Miffs Podcast on Twitter and Facebook. You can also give us 5 stars on iTunes. Can't you, Dan?
You can. And Spotify.
And you can stream us on Spotify as well. Do listen to us there. Keep on sharing it, and we love having you. And I hope you enjoy this 3-parter as well. And I'm currently, whilst this goes out, I'm currently at the Edinburgh Fringe. So if you could come along and see me, I'll probably be in a crying wreck when this comes out. But come and see my show, and I'll, for at least 1 hour, I'll be free from tears. So come and see me. What do you think of my Edinburgh performances so far? How do you reckon it's going for me? Do you reckon I'm quite famous? I've made it big in Edinburgh, or?
I think you're absolutely smashing it.
That's very kind.
I think you've had in excess of sort of 7 or 8 people a night.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty good.
You say, and I've had, I reckon about 13 reviewers give me 5 stars. If you know what I mean.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And I've been given in the bucket split at the end. People would give me £1 million every night. I'm a millionaire.
Yeah, a millionaire. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Imagine that at the Fringe, you know.
A few £1 million checks.
Yeah, just go right in. If you want to give us £1 million, just anyway. We should finish there. What's an exciting way to finish the podcast, Dan? Do you know what we should do? You should say in your Golden Fleece voice, shout out, say goodbye to the podcast. Alright, Dan's getting up, especially for this one. Just say, thank you for listening, goodbye.
Thank you for listening to the last 3 parts of Jason and the Argonauts on their amazing quest to get the Golden Fleece.
And remember, don't get chopped up. Bye.
Miffs. 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 Miffs.
Okay.